What's up guys, CJ here, and welcome back to another all-new Star Wars video. Originally I had planned to talk about Force Ghosts and whether or not they could be destroyed, something that the dubious plot leak mentioned as a major plot point that would be explored in The Last Jedi. But as I'm sure you've heard, we've got some huge drama going down on the set of the Han Solo standalone film. That's because the film's directors, Phil Lord and Chris Miller, have left the production, and to put in perspective just how bizarre this is, the film has been shooting since January, and they left in the middle of June. While the story's far from over, and we might never have the whole story, we do have a more complete picture of exactly what went down today thanks to Variety. So, you guys ready? Strap in, this is gonna get crazy. Let's start with a basic fact. Lord and Miller did not quit. They were fired. Fired by Kathleen Kennedy, the president of Lucasfilm, no less. Reportedly, the two had conflicted with Kennedy for months, as well as executive producer and co-writer Lawrence Kasdan and other members of the team. Lord and Miller apparently didn't anticipate the studio's tight control, and didn't like how strict Kennedy ran the production, one source clearly exaggerating, but saying Kennedy didn't even like the way the directing duo folded their socks. According to the article, a lot of the conflict stemmed from their directing style. Kennedy didn't like how they interacted with the cast and crew and their shooting style, and Kasdan apparently disagreed with their directing choices. But the most tragic fact of all, the film apparently only had 3 weeks left in the shoot. It kind of makes you wonder what exactly happened. I mean, there must have been a specific event where Kennedy felt like they went too far or they crossed a line. I mean, that's the only reason that I can kind of come up with for the studio to fire them that close to production being done. This report essentially alleging that Disney is stifling directors' creative process is also just a really interesting juxtaposition. I mean, just a few weeks ago in the Vanity Fair article, The Last Jedi's director Rian Johnson praised the studio for the amount of freedom they were letting him have in terms of basically choosing the direction he was going to take the franchise. For a lot of you, myself included, it does kind of call to mind the situation with Rogue One, where there were apparently massive script changes and reshoots after principal photography had ended, although Gareth Edwards also praised the freedom he had to develop the film's tone and relatively dark ending, if I remember correctly. At the end of the day, this is a tragic situation any way you slice it. Personally, I love Lord and Miller, and I couldn't wait to see what they would have done with this film, especially with the great cast they had, from Alden Ehrenreich to Emilia Clarke, and especially Donald Glover. As a directing duo, they really haven't laid an egg yet. I mean, from 21 Jump Street to the Lego Movie, even Cloudy with a Chance of Meatballs, everything they've done has been critically acclaimed and financially successful. So where do we go from here? Well, we actually don't know yet. I mean, Kathleen Kennedy mentioned in her statement yesterday that the studio would announce a new director shortly. Who that'll be, though, remains unclear. Variety sources have said that Ron Howard is in talks to take over the end of production and the reshoot scheduled for the end of this summer, but according to them, no deal was in place yet. Some have wondered whether or not Kasdan himself would step up to the plate as the director, especially given his long history with Lucasfilm writing movies like Empire Strikes Back, Return of the Jedi, The Force Awakens, and his role on this project as co-writer and of course executive producer. For now though, we don't know for sure and we'll just have to wait and see. But I want to hear from you guys. What do you think about this? Does this kind of put a damper on your expectations for the film? Do you think it's doomed now that Lord and Miller have left the production? And I guess, just generally, who would you like to step up and finish directing the project? That's gonna do it for me here though. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to smash that like if you like what you saw, subscribe for more great content every single day, and consider turning on your notifications to be alerted every time we upload a new video. Signing off, this is CJ, and I'll see you next time.